Hey there, Tamir from FIBONACCI'S.com here. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Bangkok, Thailand. What is financial freedom? Everybody's asking me. Well, for me, it's not about Lambos, not about Rolexes, not about fancy restaurants. For me, is to be able to take vacations, spend as much time as possible with my family, to be my own boss, schedule my own time. I hope everybody's having a great weekend. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends, and without any further ado, let's hit the weekly charts. Sound and camera might be a little bit off, technical issues. It's not my regular home office. Apologize. I hope for next video everything will come in order. SPY and the weekly, we are on the weekly charts. 448, 450 is now the resistance. Look left, was a very tough resistance. Support and resistance. Now breaking up and above. We are heading towards 462. Above 462, 480, all-time highs for the SPY. 439 now is the support. QQQ, after 3 consecutive weeks, 4 weeks, that the 368, 369 was a very tough resistance, came this week and then breaking up above. Why price closed over here? No need Fibonacci, no need nothing, just look left. This is a very interesting level of resistance and support, as you can see. So now price closed here. Continuation up above towards 406, all-time highs. 368 now is the support, from resistance to support. IWM on the weekly, 192 is the resistance. Together with this trend line, if you follow me on Twitter and you saw previous videos, you know these levels, you know these trend lines. Not surprising, this trend line, once again, very tough resistance. As you can see, 192, support, support, resistance, resistance. Always look left where price came from and where it might be heading next. Once you understand in-depth candlestick analysis, looking left, you need to know what to look for. Then you know where price might be heading next. Breaking up and above, continuation towards 200 and then 201, 222 and then all-time highs. 183 now is the support for the IWM. Dow Jones, tight price range, 347, 350 to the upside. Why this is a very tough resistance? Because it's very interesting level of resistance and support since April 2021, more than 2 years, that this area is like a magnet to price action. As you can see, resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, and now 5 consecutive weeks resistance. Breaking up and above, we are heading towards 366, all-time highs, together with this white trend line. Bitcoin, always zoom out to get a better point of view of price action, and with all the noise that we had previous week on Bitcoin, 3 consecutive weeks with a doji, which means the battle between bulls and bears for Bitcoin is a very interesting point. Breaking below the 29,500, we are heading 28,500 and then 26, 24,800. Breaking below the 24,800, we are heading towards this white trend line. If bulls of Bitcoin will gain power, breaking above the 31,500, we are heading towards 36 and then 42,400. Follow price, zoom in, zoom out to get a better point of view, look left, and that's it. Once you understand all this and you have tremendous amount of screen time, you will become your own indicator. Check the links in the description below for more educational resources. 19,500 on the Ethereum, 1950, sorry. Look at it. Very tough resistance since April. 3 months of resistance. Super tight price action on Ethereum. 1800 needs to hold, otherwise we are back to 1630, then 1380. A weekly close above 1950. We have 20 more hours. We are heading towards 2140. Above it, 28. Oil now at the 75. We talked about the 75 in the past few weeks, and we said that once oil will reach this level of the 75, 76, it will become a very tough resistance because it was a very interesting level of support over here since November 2022 until it broke to the downside, and since then resistance. Now it's trying another few days above the 75, 76, and in my opinion we are heading towards the 81, 83 area, which will be the next major resistance for crude oil. Natural gas, as we said, this area is a very tough area of resistance, and once again 3 weeks in a row this area rejecting natural gas. We also have this trend line over here that helps us to identify short-term higher lows. Let's see if natural gas can reach this area, bounce towards the 290, and then breaking up and above towards the 3666. Gold on the weekly, as we said, previous week and the week before that, we had uptrend, retracement, 618 Fibonacci level, 2 consecutive weeks, and then became last week breaking to the upside. Now 1975 is the next resistance, breaking up and above. We are heading towards 2023 and then 2084. AAPL on the weekly, some kind of a retracement after this bull run. Previous week we had inside candle. Last week to the downside with a doji. Let's see, 182 to the downside now is the support, needs to hold. 194 is the resistance. A weekly close above 194. We are heading towards 211 and 235. And until proven otherwise, AAPL, bulls are in control. AMD, another week, another doji. 108 is holding this area. Now 130 to the upside is the resistance. 108 to the downside together with this purple trend line. Let's see a touch on this purple trend line and then bounce towards 130, breaking above the 108, breaking below the 108, breaking below this purple trend line. 95 is next support on the weekly. Please hit the like, subscribe, share with friends if you find anything interesting. Meta 282 now is the support from a very tough resistance. As you can see, 4 weeks, all this area, the 282 and the 289 resistance area, now support. Continuation up and above. Look left where Meta might be heading next. Next resistance will be this area over here, the 346. Above 346 we are heading 388. Tesla earnings coming up next week. In the past 2 weeks, 2 consecutive dojis. 275 is holding. Now this area, the 263, is the support. Breaking below it, we are heading towards the 243 together with this purple trend line. Good earnings, and we are heading towards 324 and 400s, all-time highs. Prepare for Tesla earnings. Let me know in the comments below what do you think, where Tesla is heading after earnings. Anything can happen with Tesla. Surprise to the upside, surprise to the downside. Prepare for both sides because it's Tesla. Anything can happen with this stock, with this company. It's not just another car company. Shopify, still time for earnings, 3 weeks or so. And as we can see, after 4 consecutive weeks came the bulls. After resting, bulls came Very powerful week on Shopify. Now all we need is continuation towards this blue trend line. As you can see, this blue trend line look left since August of 2022. Each and every time price came, got rejected. So now we are with high probability going towards this blue trend line. 60 is the support. Riot, second week, continuation above this yellow trend line. As we said 3 or 4 weeks ago, we are waiting for Riot to break above this yellow trend line. Last week broke, previous week continuation. Now 1460 to the downside is the support. Let's see continuation above 22. This area of the 22, look left. Resistance, support, support, resistance. Now it will become a tough resistance. If bulls of Bitcoin and bulls of Riot can continuation the sentiment to the upside, in my opinion, Riot is heading towards this area of the 37. And of course, everything you see on this video and on my channel is for educational purposes only. Always do your own due diligence. Never follow blindly anyone on social media, paid, free. Doesn't matter the amount of subscribers, the amount of followers. Always do your own due diligence. Mara, downtrend, bounce, 50% retracement, breaking up and above. Now this area from resistance needs to act as support. Continuation towards the 2230, 2240. Look left. From support, very tough support. It will become, in my opinion, resistance. Also, it is the 618 Fibonacci retracement from this downtrend. Bounce 618. Let's see where Bitcoin will take Mara. Nvidia, finally, after 4 weeks, the 434 from resistance. Bulls came strong this week on Nvidia, breaking above it. Now the 434 will become support. Continuation up and above. We are heading towards 531 and then 690. Let me know, what do you think? Will we see by the end of 2023 690 on Nvidia? Netflix, 5 consecutive weeks. The 451 area, very tough resistance. Netflix began previous week, very strong sentiment to the upside. Then came the 451, rejected price. 412 to 418 to the downside is the support. Breaking down and under, we are heading 394. If bulls will give up, 394 and this yellow trend line, our next support. If bulls will wake up, breaking above 2-3 days above the 451, we are heading towards 500 and then 560 together with this yellow trend line. Look left, this yellow trend line holding the higher highs since May of 2022. Microsoft, by the way, Netflix, also like Tesla, next week we have earnings. So pay attention, it's earnings season. Microsoft still in a very tight price range between the 326 to the downside, 352 to the upside. If bulls of Microsoft will break up and above, we are heading towards 390 and then 440. Microsoft earnings, July 25. Breaking down and under, we are heading 307 and 282. Google, also earnings coming up July 25th. And as we can see, after I don't know how many dojis, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive dojis, 2 months of dojis, came previous week. Bulls to control, boom to the upside. 130 is the next resistance, breaking up and above. We are heading towards the 150. Above 150, which is the all-time highs, we will see 173 and 187 by the end of 2023, but one candle at a time. It's only my opinion. Follow price, use levels as your guide for future price action and as your risk management. Amazon, 2 weeks until earnings. 136 now is the resistance, breaking up and above. 145 and then 157, and then if earnings will back price, 190 all-time highs. 123 together with this white trend line is the support. Follow price, use trend lines and Fibonacci levels as your guide for future price action. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit a like, subscribe, share with friends. Don't forget to check the links in the description below. Until the next video from Koh Phangan, Thailand, enjoy the rest of your weekend.